Everyone says that they want overflow, but overflow requires calm and stability. If your nervous system can't handle big cash or visibility, attention or freedom, you're gonna sabotage it. Your belief creates an electromagnetic field. Your cells vibrate faster and reality adjusts to match it. That's how quantum manifestation actually works. So stop hitting reset every time you don't see evidence immediately. That's what's blocking you, babe. A lot of people are addicted to awareness. They don't want transformation. They want dopamine. They want significance, talking about what they're aware of. They keep signing up for courses or binging podcasts or buying programs and then doing jack shit with it because their nervous system can't hold that next level. Welcome to the Alex Tripod Show. Guess what? You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you're willing to fucking become. Nothing's real, everything's a hologram, and you're about to bend it all in your favor. Let's fucking go. Beautiful soul, legend, babe, I need to be straight with you. If you feel like you've been doing all the things, the journaling, the saying the magical scripts, the visualizations, the energy work, maybe the strategy, and you're still not seeing what you want in your 3D reality, in your business, in your bank account, it's not because there's something wrong with you or you're cursed or you're blocked. It's actually because your identity hasn't caught up. Yep. The universe isn't ghosting you. You're just trying to run millionaire codes or strategy on outdated software. And people always come to me like, Alex, I've tried everything, new funnels, new affirmations, new morning routine, new business coaches, and it's still not working. And I'm like, yeah, because you're doing everything as the same person, as the same version of you who doesn't get results. And if you don't change, everything you're doing is not going to change. You can't out-strategize a misaligned identity. You can't outperform or out-hustle a frequency mismatch, right? So it's not, you're not manifesting from your vision board. You're actually manifesting from your identity blueprint, which is why they say the first 21 days you try to create any habit is the hardest because it takes 21 days to create a new habit and 67 days to create a new blueprint identity, right? So most people think they're manifesting abundance, but the signal that they're emitting or transmitting out to the universe is I'm trying to manifest abundance because I don't feel abundant yet. And the universe, being the obedient mirror that it is, goes, cool, I'll give you loads more of that trying energy. So let's call it what it is. A lot of people are addicted to awareness. They don't want transformation. They want dopamine. They want significance, talking about what they're aware of. They keep signing up for courses or binging podcasts or buying programs and then doing jack shit with it because their nervous system can't hold that next level. Or they confuse listening to a podcast or confuse movement with momentum. They confuse feeling high vibe with being actually integrated. Right? So this isn't about needing more information or another masterclass. This is about you needing a new identity because unless your body, your cells, your subatomic particles, your subconscious mind are all on board, the codes won't stick and your reality doesn't change. So the Salafia Monetary Council, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm not going to go into it, but you might want to watch my 5D Money Shift Masterclass, which is the link in my bio. It's completely free. But the Salafia Monetary Council once showed me that abundance doesn't move slow. People do. So codes move instantly in the metaphysical realm. That's quantum physics 101. Energy moves at light speed. But here's where the lag happens. Your physical reality is like a projector. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks for the quantum field to stabilize into 3D form and what you're currently thinking, feeling, and feeding your algorithm inside here, the information you're feeding itself, what's projecting out there. And if your identity can hold the frequency long enough for the movie to load, that's when things are going to shift. If your identity, though, keeps slipping back into lack and doubt and self and fear, you're literally interrupting the transformation, the download mid-transform. So you're like, I'm ready for the codes. Oh, this is fake. This is not working. Blah, blah, blah. So it's not that manifestation takes time. It's that your identity keeps glitching and you keep going back to safety and what you know is familiar. So let's break this down from a scientist, scientific perspective for a second. Money doesn't respond to fluffy intentions. I want more money. I intend to make my first 20K launch. Great. It responds to your identity frequency. If your baseline identity says, I'm just the person who always has to hustle for it, then that's exactly the loop that you're going to stay in. If your identity also says, I make money, but it always disappears, easy come, easy go, then congratulations. You've coded yourself for a frequency of inconsistency and up and down cash flow. And it's not even just, mindset. It's actually quantum physics. Because at the quantum field and the quantum level, the quantum field doesn't need your to-do list. It needs your vibration. It reads your vibration. And that's why when my clients finally shift their identity, they don't just manifest faster, they actually start to hold it and not sabotage what they've manifested. So let's go a little bit deeper, because this is the mistake that everyone makes. You cannot install 5D codes on a 3D operating system. So for example, if you've heard me talk about 5D money codes and like all the codes that like I'm transferring with you literally on every podcast episode, that's nice. But your identity is the hardware and the codes are the software. So if your subconscious mind is still running the outdated beliefs, like I can't trust myself with big money, it's too good to be true, if I grow, I'll lose something, I'll lose connection, I'll lose love, I'll lose whatever it is, safety, then no matter how many activations you listen to, the codes aren't going to lock in. They're going to fade. You're going to feel good for a bit, right? But it's not because the codes aren't real or the codes don't work. It's because your body doesn't feel safe enough to hold it, meaning you haven't expanded your identity, meaning your capacity, and you haven't busted through into the other energetic grid or container that can hold the codes that are actually ready and available. Quick pause, legend. If this episode is landing, then it's time you got inside 5DU. This is my entire life's work in one hub. It's 5D identity work meets business strategy that actually creates results. If you're ready to finally live in overflow, 5DU is your next step. So click the link in the show notes and get inside. Now back to the episode. And this is a part I am a savage about inside my containers. If you ask any client in my mastermind or in my 5DU, like I go savage on this almost every single fortnight when I do a live training. I talk about the importance of identity. I give people kick up the ass. And we don't just talk about identity, but we actually find the gaps that people aren't doing that are keeping them inconsistent. So they actually reprogram themselves at a cellular, neurological, and energetic level. And that's why people come into 5DU or the mastermind and they go from 0 to 10K months or 10K months to 40K months or 40K months to 100K months. Not because of luck, but because their identity continues to expand and upgrade. They've decided to stop playing small, stop leaking energy, and they've decided they're going to be the human that embodies a version of themselves that wealth and money and success trusts. Right? So let's talk about this capacity piece. Everyone says that they want overflow, but overflow requires calm and stability. If your nervous system can't handle big cash or visibility, attention or freedom, you're going to sabotage it. Your unconscious is going to reset to the level that it feels safe, right? That's your financial thermostat per se. And that is why inside the bulletproof reprogramming system, which is literally the 13 tools that I teach to shift your identity, we're not manifesting for the high or the temporary thrill. Yes, you feel good. Yes, you're feeling amazing, but it's about conditioning your nervous system to hold higher frequency long term. And this compounds over time. Because when your body feels safe with expansion, you can quantum leap and stay there. And I always say to my clients, this is about like, you being consistent with your inner work is a direct correlation to how much action you're going to take on the outside. We're cultivating safety on the inside because the more safety and certainty you cultivate in the inside, the more likely you can handle risk on the outside. And to become seven-figure, multi-seven-figure, or even six-figure and create any sort of financial stability, you need to be taking more risks than what you currently are now. And let me just tell you what this looks like in real time. My client, Sarah, in 8 weeks doing this identity work, went from 10K months to 100K months. Sinead, I love you, babe. If you're listening, I love you. She didn't work with me once and have a quantum shift. She came back for round 2 and we went and she took it from being, I wouldn't say stuck because she was still doing amazing, but she was kind of stuck at consistent 30K cash months in her Enagic business for probably over 6 months, and then started working with me. Within a few months, we hit her first 80K cash month and the new level and ranking in her business that she wanted to get to, right? And she did it all whilst being a kick-ass mama, devoted and present wife, devoted and present mama, living her best fucking freedom life in Bali. Flick, we love little Flicky. Shout out to you if you're listening, my babe. She went at, again, not stuck, doing amazingly well at 10K months, and again, feeling like, who am I to have a voice? I'm just such a basic bitch. And then she was like, bam, 50K. She shifted into her first 50K cash month within 90 days. And then she got offered to be a guest speaker in front of 600 people at a live event to share her magic. And everyone thought she was one of the best speakers. And I was there watching her and the way she articulated herself, like from feeling like, I don't have value to give. Who's going to listen to me? I'm just a basic bitch. So fucking quantum leaping her financial results and then getting a gig to share to her community how the fuck she did it. And she's exploded since then. And she's like, it's incredible to just see her business and her self-concept continue to grow. Athena, my best friend, right? My client from 3 years ago who came into my mastermind, now turned bestie. We scaled her to 7 figures. She attended her first 3-day event almost 3 years ago now. She joined my mastermind. We scaled her to 7 figures within a year to a year and a half. And she just keeps fucking rising. Another one, Sonia, 5DU student, started with me at the start of this year in January. She was making less than 10K months in her VA agency business. And within 3 months, she was making 40K months in 5DU. And she's like, I have to upgrade to your mastermind, because she wanted to be around more high-level leaders and have more intimate, closer proximity to me. So bam, she came into the mastermind. It was a big stretch for her. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to be a smaller fish in a bigger pond. Bam. Now we're literally scaling her, like we're on the precipice of her being shifting into 80 to 100K months. And this has all happened within 8 to 10 months. Why? Because she is obsessed with her identity work. She's obsessed with the bulletproof reprogramming system. Every coaching call, she's like, Alex, this and this and this and this in block. And I'm like, bang, do this and this and this and this. Change your protocol to this and this and this. And she does it. She implements and she fucking loves it. And it's the same story every single time. All these clients, they didn't suddenly get smarter. They didn't suddenly just change their niche. No. They stuck to what they fucking know they're obsessed with and what they know works, but they changed who they are, who they believed to themselves to be true. And because they had the tools and they devoted themselves or disciplined themselves or dedicated themselves to the process that they know worked, they got the results. And that's why I'm ruthless about identity work, because it's the ones that actually do the thing that have the permanent shifts. So this is where quantum physics meets patience, right? In the metaphysical, manifestation is instant. We know that. It's a now. You think it now. You decide, it's done, thought frequency. But in the 3D, there's a 6 to 8 week, typically time delay. Some of my clients come in, they implement the bulletproof reprogramming system. Within 2 weeks, they'll get results. But everyone's trauma, programming, and patterning is different. But you have to understand that your field has to hold the new frequency long enough. You have to hold the internal smile long enough for matter, 3D reality, to catch up. And this is where most people blow it. They fuck it up. They think it's not working, so they collapse the timeline right before the shift anchors. It reminds me of that meme where the guy's been digging for gold and just that thin little veil between all the diamonds or the gold's going to happen. He's like, oh, it's not working. And he walks back with his shovel, right? If you could just hold the identity for 6 to 8 weeks without doubting it, the 3D has no choice but to bend. And that's literally quantum physics. And if you're counting how many times I'm saying literally, fuck you. I'm trying to say literally a lot less. Your belief creates an electromagnetic field. Your cells vibrate faster and reality adjusts to match it. That's how quantum manifestation actually works. So stop hitting reset every time you don't see evidence immediately. That's what's blocking you, babe. Your new reality is buffering. And, if you're feeling this buzz or the excitement in your body and you're like, I'm ready, I want a proven structure that works, that's your higher self saying, This is my next level. This is what I need to do. This is my next frequency. This is my gap. I need to change who I am. And if you're done trying to figure this out alone, reading another book on Miracle Mornings or doing another free YouTube, then go and book your clarity call with my team. The link is in the show notes below. We're going to help identify your identity leaks, your nervous system bottlenecks. We're going to map out the fastest quantum bridge into the reality that you actually want. And there's a stack of different programs. Is it 5DU? Is it 5DU frequency foundations? Is it the mastermind? Like or is it just entry-level program with an easy, $144 per month payment plan that you need just to get the access to the identity stuff? We've got something for everyone to meet your financial budget. So best case scenario, you leave with clarity and like a clear plan. Worst case scenario, you leave the call feeling clear, calibrated, and, knowing what your next step is. So it's a no-brainer. If you're feeling you know what to do, book in that call. Now, before we wrap, here's your challenge for the next week. For the next 7 days, every time you catch yourself saying, it's not working, and trust me, I've had this so many times, I want you to stop and ask, who am I being right now? Is this thought, this chronic thought actually serving me? And am I actually being the version who already has it? Or am I being the version who is trying to get it, is identifying with the lack of it? That one question or those questions is going to help you quantum shift your timeline, because it's going to help you understand where you think you're manifesting, but you're actually mainly just identifying as a person who doesn't have what they want. The whole point of manifesting and these tools that I teach is to become the person who identifies and resonates as the person who is in the presence of their manifestation. So my love, remember this, money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies your frequency. It amplifies who you've become. This is not about forcing manifestations. This is about aligning your identity so deeply that the universe has no option but to conform and to comply. We are the new template of abundance. We are the ones, me and you, showing the world what's possible when soul-led legends remember who the fuck they are. And if this landed for you, share it on your stories, tag me, let's spread the codes, let's spread the love, let's spread the truth, because babe, this world doesn't need more information. It needs more embodied identities. I love you. Stay wealthy, stay magnetic, stay quantum. And remember, money always moves at the speed of who you're being. Thanks for tuning into the Alex Tripod Show. If this episode activated something inside of you, leave a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify and hit that subscribe button on YouTube so you never miss a frequency drop, because this isn't just a podcast, it's a mission to raise the vibration of humanity, to awaken millions, to build new earth, one lit up legend at a time. And if you're ready to go deeper, wilder, and all in on your soul's legacy, come play on Instagram at Alex Tripod. I'm there daily, dropping codes, calling out bullshit, and helping you manifest the life you actually want. Let's keep playing big, because we're only just getting started.